Greetings viewers. Today we are here to ask the question that would you be ready to kill someone? Yes, I am asking whether you would be ready to sacrifice one of your own kind for a ritual. As far as historical evidences suggests, these cultures didn't even think twice before murdering adults and even children of their own kind, believing they would get some blessings from their Lord in return. Let's explore the dark side of worshipping God. Cover your faces, cause it's going to get bloody. Inca child mummies. It is said that a child's smile can even melt the heart of the devil. But maybe it's not enough to stop the Inca people. Children as young as 6 and as old as 15, who were physically perfect and healthy, were the perfect gift of choice of the Incas or their gods. Kafak was the name given to this practice of human sacrifice of children by Inca people. The soul terrifying part about the Inca sacrifices is that they would feed up their children until they were physically fit, and then they would strangulate, suffocate, or give a heavy blow to their head, or even buried them alive. Some Spanish records even tell of words saying that Incas would even go as far to remove the hearts of their victims for sacrifice. Stonehenge. Something is really wrong with this place. I really mean it. People have built this weird circle again and again at this same place for literally thousands of years. The earliest visible construction is from 8000 BC, reconstructed in 3100 BC, again in 3000 BC, then again in 2600 BC, down over and over again to 1600 BC. And the most surprising fact about Stonehenge is that a huge number of burials have been found in its perimeter, died from traumatic wounds. So here we have the mystery. Who brought these bodies here? And why were injuries the reason of their death? Many theorists believe that these traumas were induced for sacrificial purposes, and Stonehenge was a site for the sacrifice of animals as well as humans. Other facts supporting this theory is the precise structural alignment to solstices and astronomical charts that imply it had ritualistic significance. China's sacrifice. Over 80 skulls have been found to be ritually buried under the ancient fortress of Shimano in the northern part of modern Shanxi province. They were buried as early as 2300 BCE. Let me just break this to you. The ancient Chinese were actually known for making sacrifices of men and women to the river god Hebo. They even went on to bury their slaves alive with their owners upon their owner's death. As a part of funeral service, they did this in belief that the slaves would continue to perform slavery if you asked them to commit suicide or even force a little bit of suicide on them. You know. Tibet. Before I continue, I would like to tell you that we are talking about the time before Buddhism arrived in the 7th century in Tibet, saying that There are evidences of tantric human sacrifice from 13th century Tibet. You might have heard about the so-called 18 robber monks who slaughtered men and women in their ceremonies. Such practices were later replaced with animal sacrifice by 20th century. Some people even go as far to say human sacrifice will continue to be performed up till the mid-20th century in Tibet. Aztecs. Human sacrifices is what Aztecs were particularly known for. They were used to performing blood sacrifices on large scale. They made these offerings believing that they were helping their gods gain back from the injuries they possessed during the battles they had daily with the sun, and also their offerings would prevent the end of the world that could happen at the end of any cycle of 52 years. And around 80,400 prisoners were sacrificed at the reconsecration of their Great Pyramid of Tenochtitlan. This number is unbelievably high, but let me tell you this number is estimated after Christian missionaries had destroyed their ancient records and texts of rituals. So you never know, there might be many more still lying uncounted. So folks, this was all for today. Hope you won't go around performing any such rituals on anyone. Don't forget to leave a like if you learned something new and subscribe for more content like this ahead. Signing off, Deep Look.